Las Vegas is weird. Hello guys, Babel Ape here. I'm a visitor turned local, and after living in Las Vegas for over a year now and being on the Strip practically every day, I've realized that there are some really weird elements to this city. Today, I'm going to show you all the odd places and things in Las Vegas, tell you a bit about them, and from there, you can decide for yourself if they are worth visiting or not. First on the list is slots of fun. The Vegas community does not seem to talk about this one enough, but I find it to be so weird and so random. It's essentially just a casino area a few steps away from Circus Circus. It opened back in 1971 and replaced the merry-go-round that was owned by Circus Circus. There was once a bar that was open 24 hours a day, but that's been closed for quite some time. There's a lot of history here, with it being 52 years old, and I find it really interesting that it still stands here today. It has that vintage Vegas feeling that I think would attract any Vegas enthusiast to visit at least once while it's still here. Good news if you're a Star Trek fan. Remnants of the Star Trek Experience, a simulator ride at the Westgate, can still be seen today. Just make a left by the front entrance into their preview center, a place where they now sell timeshares, and once you get inside, you can see what's left of the popular attraction that ran there for 11 years. The attraction might be gone, but you can still see all of the designs and lights they created to immerse guests in another world. You can also catch a glimpse of the Space Quest Casino, which was a Star Trek themed area to gamble in. It's too bad they only sell timeshares here instead of doing something cool with the space, but we will see what kind of cool concept they come up with next. The next thing on my list isn't a fun one, but it is quite alarming. It's the amount of homeless people you will see at every corner in and around the Strip. For a long time before I lived here, I had no idea that people lived in tunnels underneath the city. I still find it so strange. There are encampments all around the freeway and many people walking around in broad daylight, so evidently on drugs. I've seen some people even inside the casinos, taking dips into the fountains, and all kinds of weird stuff go down here. The dichotomy between these stunning luxury hotels and the dark, eerie tunnels where an estimated 1,500 people live is quite unsettling. Bonanza Gift Shop is a famous and iconic retail store located on the Las Vegas Strip. It's referred to as the world's largest gift shop, which actually isn't true, but it's definitely the largest Las Vegas gift shop I've come across. It's been a prominent and unique landmark in Las Vegas since it opened in 1980. You can find so many Las Vegas themed goodies here. Like Slots of Fun, Bonanza also has a vintage facade, which makes it worth visiting even if it's just to peruse the shop a bit. Okay, moving on. Can you guys guess where I am? Okay, if you didn't guess, I'm at Luxor. Luxor itself is weird in its own right. My kind of weird for sure, but what I really wanted to touch on are the inclinators here. That's right, if you're staying inside the pyramid above the 4th floor, you won't be taking an elevator, you'll be riding on an inclinator. What that means is instead of a traditional vertical elevator, the inclinators move diagonally along the pyramid's incline. Some people have claimed it makes them dizzy and feel vertigo upon getting out. Others have said they are incredibly rattly while you're moving inside. Nonetheless, they are a weird facet of this property, and if you're staying here, be prepared to ride them. One of the weirdest things I've learned after living here is how unexpectedly the weather can change, even in the middle of summer. You may be thinking you're coming here in early August to experience the scorching desert heat, maybe attend a few pool parties, maybe sit outside while the sun sets to people watch, but nope. Las Vegas will throw curveballs, and just like that, it's pouring rain, wind, thunder, and fog. We have monsoons here, and they will happen randomly and either last for an hour or two or reach up to days. Check the dates you're visiting and always be prepared because you really never know with this Las Vegas weather. Next on my list is the Zach Bagans Haunted Museum. This is quite a weird place here in Vegas. It's a historic mansion filled with haunted artifacts. The place itself has somewhat of a history of supposed hostile spirits roaming the halls and terrorizing past generations of people who lived and worked there. There are claims that in the 70s, dark rituals took place in the basement of the property. There, of course, is a tour-guided experience where you can venture down the halls and secret passages of the property and learn about the history of each creepy item. Many people have claimed demonic spirits had followed them out of the house and back to their respective homes. You need to sign a waiver before taking the tour. And just a fair warning, there's no bar here. While I was there, I asked an employee where the bar was, and the woman sounded horrified and told me that alcohol and spirits don't mix, and it would be a bad idea to have a bar in this establishment. Speaking of ghosts, there are many ghost towns on the outskirts of Vegas. Some I've made full videos about. One of the weirdest places is the abandoned mall of Primm called the Prizm Outlets. It's definitely not a mall anymore, but more of an empty gallery of what the mall used to be, filled with very strange art. It's about 35 minutes away from the strip and worth a visit if you're in the mood to be quite creeped out. South of the Strat, still on Las Vegas Boulevard, is Aztec Inn. Not situated in the greatest location, this casino is so small and musty, you would have never known it even existed. This property opened in 1957 as the Sun and Shine Motel. It became the Sunshine Motel in the 80s and later became known as the Mojave Meadow Motel. A casino was added in 1991 when the property was renamed the Aztec Inn. Today they're known for their sketchy location and cheap food. Did you know that you can see real human bodies that have been dissected and preserved at 2 locations in Las Vegas? Sick, right? The 2 bodies exhibitions provide an up-close look inside our skeletal, muscular, respiratory, nervous, and digestive system. You can see one experience at Luxor and another at the Horseshoe. Interestingly enough, there's no connection between real bodies at Horseshoe and Luxor's Bodies the exhibition. The major difference is that Real Bodies delves deeper into the socio-cultural, emotional, and historical relationships found with the body. Although it's not my thing, it's still a very weird and unique attraction, which is why it had to make this list. Let me know what you guys think are the weirdest parts of Las Vegas. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!